Hi, welcome to Growing Homemakers. So we are starting the pantry challenge. The goal is to not buy from the grocery store except for what I consider essentials for Jack, my son. So I will still probably be buying some bananas, some berries, and things like that. Um, but besides that, we should really not be buying anything. I have an Azure order coming in January. Well, it is January this month. But besides that, I will only be buying Jack's fruit essentials. And I think that'll be the same for Mom and Dave. We get raw milk every week, so we will continue to get that. Can you think of anything else? I think that's about
I think
it,
that's
though.
probably about it. Yeah, I don't know of anything else that we really need. Tonight's suppers, everything is either out of the fridge or out of the pantry that we've already had, stuff that we had from before Christmas.
Yeah. So,
I don't think so.
I mean, we might get desperate and buy like a tomato to do a BLT or something like that just to have that fresh fruit or produce. But as of right now, we still have some fresh produce in the fridge. I have broccoli. I have cauliflower.
Yeah, we've got.
Might have a cucumber in the fridge.
We have tomatoes, carrots, celery. There might be a cucumber. There's avocados. There's some fruit. I mean, we have stuff that we got to go through that's going to go bad.
You got to stop moving back and forth. You just got to talk. Yeah, thank you.
So we have stuff that might go bad if we don't eat it. So this will be perfect. Last year's pantry challenge went really well. I mean, I think we extended a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to finish up, eat a lot. This year we found one already before the challenge started. We found one partial bag of orzo, right? Was it orzo?
Yep.
Orzo got bugs in it. So that's the goal, is to get rid of all that stuff that might be older from last year. We'll eat all of it and get it out of here and not have it go to waste.
Yeah. We have a lot of spaghetti squash in the pantry and butternut squash also still.
Yeah.
So we'll be eating a lot of that. And actually, we've had such a mild November and December so far that we still have fresh bok choy and tatsoi in the garden. Our kale has pretty much stopped growing, although it's not dead. Sorry, I am covering the microphone. Hopefully you could hear us through all of this. Now we're supposed to get a really cold snap coming through, the vortex or whatever that's supposed to be coming.
Big storm coming.
Yeah, so I don't know if that stuff is going to continue to survive because we haven't covered it at all. There's no row cover over it. We're not going out there on the few freeze nights that we've had and covering it with anything. So it is still out there though. So hopefully we'll be able to pull from that to get our fresh stuff. But yeah.
And we just dug up the absolute very last of our potatoes a couple of hours ago.
It's like 4 of them. We did it in a mineral bucket. We would have had more. They should have got pulled earlier. A few of them were like soft, squishy, moldy. Something had eaten them, whatever it was. But yeah, so this is our first week of the pantry challenge. And I will possibly post some pictures snuck in here of my pantry and what a hot mess that looks like, because we are still in the camper and not in our house. That's a different video though. And also maybe Mom's pantry and our fridges. We'll see, but those might come in right here. But here we are, start of first week of pantry challenge.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Welcome to January 2025. Hopefully your year is going well already. Ours seems to be starting out pretty well. So that's it. That's what we're going to try and do. So we'll show a little bit of what we did tonight. I'll get a plate put together and we'll have a little video of tonight's meal. And I did a video of last night's meal. And did you do a video of the campanata?
Yeah, I did a video of my meal.
And that campanata is really, really good. So
yeah, they're actually going to be going out of town tonight. Dave's dad passed away on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve?
No, the day before. It's 23rd.
23rd.
So we have to go to Illinois. Not looking forward to it, but that's where we're going.
They'll be going to the funeral. So the next couple nights will just be me cooking for my husband and I and the baby. And then when they come back, they will also be part of Pantry Challenge meals again. So, all right, here is our first week of meals for the Pantry Challenge.
Welcome to Growing Home Acres. Apparently, we are now in the Pantry Challenge phase of our miserable winter. So I'm making the best of it. So what I'm doing is we have some cauliflower that's left over from Christmas, about half a head. And Happy New Year, by the way. It is New Year's Day. And then I have some little baby potatoes, same thing, left over from Christmas, I didn't cook up yet. And then in here, in my sous vide, I have ribeye steaks cooking out of the freezer because, you know, it's New Year's Day. We got to have steaks. So what I'm doing with the potatoes, pretty straightforward. I boiled them. You see what I'm doing here? I just squish them down like that. Set them on the foil. Hard to do this one-handed. I'm going to cover this pan with potatoes, smashed like that, salt, pepper. They're going to go in my air fryer about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just to crisp up. And that'll be our potatoes. And then the cauliflower is way too healthy. So what we have here is some cheese sauce that I made. That is Velveeta and Rotel. And I'm going to heat some of that up. Just pour it over the top of our cauliflower to make it not quite so healthy. And that's going to be our supper. So when the steaks come out of the sous vide, I'll show you how I finish those because they got to get a nice crust on them and a cast iron skillet on the stove. So I'll be back and show you that.
So the first night of the Pantry Challenge, I did spaghetti noodles with my eggplant caponata. Actually, you might get a better look at it over here. Maybe not. Lighting in the camper is not well. We canned the eggplant caponata. We did it again for the second year because we liked it so much the first year. And then the noodles are just store-bought. I actually got a pasta machine for Christmas, but I had bought 8 pounds of spaghetti noodles before that. So we are going to have to use these noodles up before I can make spaghetti. And then along with the eggplant caponata, you can see that there's some tomatoes in there, the eggplant and onions. It's just some homemade sourdough, sliced it and buttered it. This, you can see, was a little underproofed, but it's not going to stop us from eating it. And that is night 1 of the Pantry Challenge for 2025.
Welcome to Growing Home Acres, day 2 of our Pantry Challenge. Sarah's making biscuits. I'm supervising to make sure she doesn't screw them up. They're going to go in that skillet right there and go in the oven. And I made...
Here comes Bubba.
I made chip beef, which I am promptly burning. And I don't know why it's burning because the oven is on 2. And I just checked it. So we're doing SOS.
Don't drink that. Yucky poo. That's yucky, baby.
I'm glad that I opened this up to video it because it would have been scorched.
Here, don't drink that.
I feel like this isn't right because I've
That's
already got
dishwater.
way more
You want
biscuits
something to
than
drink?
you ever get.
Do you need something to drink?
You need a second pan. Are yours this thin, normal?
Do you want your milk?
Yeah, about that thin.
Do you want your milk?
Okay. So we're making that and this.
Wait until you grow up.
Oh, I was going to make some green beans, so I got to find some veggies to make.
So,
Yeah, that's about what they're supposed to be like.
So tonight's dinner on the Pantry Challenge is homemade sourdough biscuits. I use the sourdough discard. And, hold on, let's see if I can get it good. They do look a funny color. Maybe it's not picking up on. But that's because I put our garlic chives in it. I powder up the garlic chives and add that into it. They make a very nice fluffy biscuit, if you can see the layers. And then cheddar broccoli soup. We had some broccoli in the fridge. carrots, onions, garlic. Yeah. And we actually had a cheese dip left over from Christmas, and I threw that in here as well. So that actually gives it a nice little bite because it had green chilies in it. I will post the recipe for this in the comments below. This is probably one of the best broccoli soups I have had, even without the cheese dip that we added into it. And that is our dinner for tonight's pantry challenge. Tonight's dinner is just leftovers. It is the cheddar broccoli soup from last night, which was a hit. Everybody loved it. Even my mom and dad, when they came home from their trip up north, said it was great as leftover. And then 2 little biscuits for my son and my husband from, yes? 2 little biscuits for my son and my husband. Those were left over from the SOS dinner the other night. Super simple tonight, and it actually may end up being leftovers again tomorrow night. We'll have to see what everyone has for lunch.
Okay, so for tonight's pantry challenge, this is chicken that was marinated in what, Sarah? Ginger?
Ginger marinade.
So it's a ginger marinade. We pulled that out of the freezer. This is leftover pork roast that I had the other night. So that's what I'm going to be having because I don't like ginger. And then we are still eating our spaghetti squash from this past summer. So I just did a baked spaghetti squash. And that's what we're doing for supper for the pantry challenge.
So I know Dave went over what dinner was going to be, but we actually made ours like a pasta. So we put the spaghetti squash down and then the chicken on top. Although it kind of looks like pork, but it is chicken with the ginger marinade that Dave showed you. And that is how we are eating our spaghetti squash. Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe. Share if you can.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.